Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. My name is James, and today we're going to go ahead and sit down and talk to you guys about the latest news in regards to Reading Football Club, as well as looking towards the Port Vale game coming up this Saturday. So I'm recording this today on the Thursday and plan to release it today, just so that I don't have to do anything on the Friday, and then we're all set to go for the review come Saturday. Obviously, that is very dependent as well on whether or not Reading make any transfers in the meantime. So yeah, just a big dependent on that one. So the first piece of news that we're going to go ahead and look into is the contract extension of Jocko Anderson. It was revealed that Anderson had signed a new deal for extending his contract at Reading by a further year, but has also been loaned out to a fellow League One side in Carlisle United. Now, Mark Bowen commented and said that we're extremely pleased to be able to extend Jocko's contract. He's been at the club for a very long time and is very popular amongst the players and the coaches for both his attitude and personality. This loan move offers him the perfect opportunity to further hone his skills and stake a claim for a starting place in this division. We want him to gain the necessary experience this season to be able to come back and compete for the #1 spot at Reading. Now, I think this is a good move, especially considering the other news regarding goalkeepers that we've got in this video. Actually, 3 pieces of news in regards to goalkeepers, which is pretty crazy, to be honest. There's that much news in regards to that one position. But yeah, it's a good move, really, that we're able to get him on loan to another League One team. He probably will be the #1 as well. So it'd be good for him to get the experience. And yeah, I'm kind of glad that Jocko Anderson is able to get out there and get some game time. And yeah, hopefully be ready to come back next season fighting for that #1 spot, like Mark Bowen said. Now, the next piece of news is that Boyce-Clarke has officially signed a contract extension at Reading. Now, obviously, he's been working off a week-to-week contract and is fresh coming off a clean sheet against Millwall in his first game of this season. Now, obviously, he's been working on this week-to-week contract and, has been at Reading for a very long time. But it's good because Boyce-Clarke is officially tied down for another 2 years. Once again, a quote from Mark Bowen. He says, "Understandably, there was a lot of interest circulating around Kanaya over the course of the summer while he was out of contract. But it's a testament to this football club that he turned down other opportunities and felt that this was the right place to keep developing and progressing his career. He has bags of natural talent and a desire to keep learning, and ambitions of pushing for the #1 shirt. He's also, quote, one of our own, and understands what it means to represent Reading, and we're looking forward to what's to come over the next 2 seasons." Once again, it's great because the 2 academy goalkeepers were the 2 that I really wanted to see fight for that #1 spot this year. And with the kind of positive news that we hear here about Boyce-Clarke, sounds very good going into the upcoming season. Now, understandably, there will be a bit of competition for that #1 spot. Dean Bazounis obviously is already at the club and did get the nod at the weekend against Peterborough. Boyce-Clarke got the nod against Millwall and was able to keep a clean sheet, arguably against stronger competition than Bazounis. Bazounis made a mistake as well, but he did make some good saves here and there, and Boyce-Clarke was able to keep a clean sheet. Now, we have seen Boyce-Clarke make a few mistakes in the past, and he is still relatively young, so Reading potentially may have wanted to get a more experienced head and maybe higher league standard goalkeeper to come in. And that's why David Button has officially signed a contract with Reading after having his contract terminated at West Brom. He's signed as well with a 2-year deal, previously playing for West Brom, Brentford. I think he had a little spell at Brighton as well. He's been around the block as Button, coming through the Tottenham Academy. Recently, though, hasn't been too great. We spoke about him previously in the last video and how really he probably wasn't the goalkeeper that I wanted to see Reading bring in. If he's here, though, as an experienced head and to kind of give the learning curve and help out the players that are here at the moment, I'll be more happy. Is he necessarily going to be a good #1? I'm not really too sure. Is Boyce-Clarke maybe the guy to go forward? I think so. Is Button the right man? Not sure, but I'm not going to judge him just yet, as he hasn't played a game for Reading, so there's no point in judging a player that hasn't played just yet. Now, finally, the last piece of news is just a little bit of rumours again. This one comes from Darren Whitcup. He says that Reading remain interested in free agent Theo Walcott. He has interest from the Championship, and Bournemouth have looked at a potential deal. But Walcott likes Ruben Celes, and after training with the League One club last month, Reading are completely not out of the running. Now, he did make a mistake in his original tweet. He said that we are completely out of the running, but he has said he can't edit the post, and he says that Reading are not out of the running. Again, happy to hear this, as I do think Theo Walcott will be a class signing, especially for a League One team. I think Theo Walcott will be a very, very good addition. There's been rumours as well that he's been local today and officially signed up for a golf club in the local area, reported by Elm Park Royals, or should I say tweeted. And yeah, supposedly was wearing Reading Football Club shorts, so potentially could see the addition of Theo Walcott coming to the team, which I think would be really good, especially with Walcott. He can play up front and he can play on the wings. You know, he especially will be able to mentor the likes of Harvey Nibbs, Mamadi Kamara, players that are really coming through and still young enough to be able to be mentored. I think Walcott is a quality signing, and we spoke about that before, and I still think it is a quality signing, so would love to see Theo come to the club. Now, finally, we're going to go ahead and preview the Port Vale game coming up on Saturday. Unfortunately, won't be there myself. I've got bigger priorities in my life at the moment, but still have time to talk about Reading Football Club to you guys, and home games I will still be at. Very much looking forward to this one. Reading should be filled with confidence, really, especially after the result against Millwall. And Port Vale will be lacking the confidence. A 7-0 loss to Barnsley last Saturday. But is it going to be something where they're going to want to come out and prove a point in this game? So, for my starting 11 that I think Reading should go with in goal, I have got Boyce-Clarke over David Button for this one. Thought I would put him between the sticks for this game. Right back, we are going to go with Andy Yiadom. As much as Amadou Mbengu impressed, and as much as at the same time Tavonge Rashisha impressed at playing at right back, I am going to go with Yiadom, just based off the fact that Mbengu unfortunately had to come off with a concussion due to the protocols on Tuesday, so don't know if he's going to be recovered in time. So we'll go with Yids. In the centre-back positions, I am going to go with Nelson Abbey to partner alongside Tom Holmes. I do not know if Tom Holmes can play this style of football of passing it, but I'm going to stick him in there just in case. Maybe Tom Mack and Nelson Abbey will be the combination to go for, but I really was impressed with Abbey. Was captain, so Celes must trust him a little bit. And was really impressed with his performance on Tuesday. At left back, it's going to be Nesta Guinness-Walker. Really was a toss-up between Carson and Walker. I think Matty Carson could be someone that really does push forward for that position this season, especially if Nesta Guinness-Walker doesn't perform, as defensively we all know he's a little bit shaky, but going forward he's good. Was he good against Peterborough? Not too sure. Matt Carson could be pushing for that spot. The two central midfielders I'm going to go for is Charlie Savage, and alongside him will partner Lewis Wing. Listen, Sam Hutchinson's a great player, but he's a little bit reckless. I feel like Charlie Savage alongside Lewis Wing would be a good pairing. I think they'll do good enough, if that makes sense. I think Wing and Savage will look good. Savage obviously opened his mark for Reading, scoring his first goal at the Carabao Cup game, and Lewis Wing was able to get some more minutes under him. So hopefully we'll see more to come from them two. In the wider positions, we're going to go with Harvey Nibbs, and we're going to go with Mamadi Kamara. Kamara again was probably the best player one of the best players on the pitch against Millwall, and his stats showed that as well. A really good performance by him, and hopefully he can continue that this Saturday. And Harvey Nibbs as well, 7 tackles against Millwall, which I think is a little bit underrated, and not many people have kind of noticed that one. But 7 tackles in that game, and his pressing play really is showing. And finally up front, we're going to go with Kelvin Eheribotoman, fresh off his 2 goals alongside Andy Carroll. Hopefully we see Eheribotoman continuing to bang the goals in, and Andy Carroll will start his season off this weekend. My score prediction for the game is going to be 2-0 to Reading. I think confidence is going to be running high through the squad, and I think if you're able to introduce some of them academy lads that played on Tuesday and some of the team that was there, integrate them slowly in, the confidence will continue to run high. 2-0 Reading. I'm going to go with goals from Eheribotoman, and I can see Harvey Nibbs bagging one. That's going to be it for this video though, guys. I hope you've all enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all for another video coming very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.